Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Paula from Paula's DIY Decor, and I'm the crafter from Down Under. For today, I want to share with you this stunning red and black tablescape. I have 4 fabulous and really easy DIYs to make, and we're going to kick off with our first DIY, which is this gorgeous red and black floral lantern centerpiece. Now, this centerpiece can be used to hang from a ceiling or for some branches outside or from whatever gazebo you might have in the garden. You're going to need some black paint, some red flowers or white flowers or whatever flower colour of your choice. I chose red and black ribbon and of course a black lantern. Now, to really give this centerpiece an unusual texture and some elements that are slightly different that you wouldn't normally expect, I went out to my garden and I picked some branches that had fallen on the grass and I painted them using some black acrylic. Now, these sticks are going to be used as part of the floral arrangement to give it that extra dimension and to make it that little bit more interesting. Then what I did was I used all of my florals. I used a combination of red roses. I did use some white roses to start with, but I didn't quite like, or it wasn't really working for me. So I stuck with the red roses. Then I used some of these really pretty wispy white florals to give it that sort of airy, texture and dimension. And now don't forget with your flowers, you need to fluff them out a little bit. When you do buy them in the package, they tend to get a little bit squished. So make sure that you fluff out all of your petals, along with all the wispy flowers that you might choose to add to your floral arrangement. Always fluff them out a little bit because they look a bit different once they're out of the packaging, not so squashed. So here you can see me adding my black painted twigs that I had picked up from the trees outside, and I just arranged them the way I like it. And then what I did was I used some black raffia ribbon that I picked up from my local $2 store. And where you would normally use some floral tape, I used the black raffia ribbon to actually wrap around the stems of the flowers and the roses to act like a floral tape, keep it all together nice and secure, but also give it that nice sort of rough country style black covering rather than using floral tape. I thought that would match really nicely with my black lantern. Once my floral arrangement was exactly how I liked it, I then selected this beautiful black ribbon with a white sort of dotted edge, which I thought was really pretty, and I folded it over onto itself about 5 or 6 times. And I just set it aside because I went back and used that beautiful black raffia ribbon. I was really impressed. I might go back and get some more actually, because it's actually really nice to work with and it looks really interesting and, dare I say it, quite cool. And I did the same thing as I did with the ribbon. I just wrapped it over itself about 6 or 7 times and then joined it together with a smaller piece of raffia, made a nice little strong knot in the center, and then went ahead and fluffed out the bow. Now with bows, you really do need to fluff them out to really make them nice and wide and round, and you've got to play with the bows so that it actually sits the way you need it to sit. Now I wanted to use this gorgeous bow to hide some of the mechanics of the top of my floral arrangement, and it also works to secure itself onto the extra raffia to secure itself onto the actual black lantern. I'm sorry I'm a little bit out of picture there, but here is the arrangement and the bow tied onto the lantern, and you can see with a little bit of extra raffia hung off the lantern handle, you can actually hang it off some branches. I just went outside, and to give you a good idea of how gorgeous it could look if you've got some trees in your yard, you can hang these beautiful lanterns from your branches of your tree, or you can hang them from your gazebo, or you can hang them really wherever you've got a hook as well. For the purpose of today's tablescape, I used it as a centerpiece. Next, I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful napkin ring and raffia ring. Now, I always think the little touches when you're putting a tablescape together are really important. And napkin rings are, as well as coasters actually, a really nice way to really brighten up your table and show those extra special little thoughtful things to your table. So you're going to spread out your paper napkin. I really like using paper napkins with my table arrangements because you can get so many different colours and designs that can really add some real fun to the table. So I had some black and white polka dotted paper napkins in my kitchen stash, and I just popped it out. And I also had some red ribbon that I dovetailed the edges. All you're going to do is make a nice little, kind of like you're wrapping a present around the napkin. And I had some of my spare roses that I just tucked inside the napkin ribbon. Then I went back to the black raffia and made another one of those beautiful bows, just wrapping the raffia around itself 5 or 6 times, tying it off in the center. But then I actually cut the bows off because I thought it would be more interesting and it would actually match the twigs in the lantern if I kind of created a bow that wasn't round. It was actually a little bit more messy, a little bit more sticky looking, to match the sticks that I had, or the twigs that I had poking out of the red lantern that we just made in the previous DIY. And there you have it. You fluff out your napkin, you've got your flower and your beautiful red ribbon to tie all your colour scheme together, and it looks absolutely stunning. For my third DIY, I'm going to share with you how I made this gorgeous, elegant black coaster. You're going to need a coaster base. I used some craft MDF square coasters that I spray painted gold, and I used some beautiful black glitter foam sheet. I've used it before. It's great to make a range of different crafts with, and all I did was I traced out the square of the coaster onto the black foam sheet, but I made it just a little bit smaller and then cut it out so that, being a little bit smaller, about probably maybe 2-3 millimeters smaller than the actual size of the coaster, I then got that lovely gold border. And also I had a little bit of dimension because it's a layered look with this particular coaster. I love coasters on tables. I really think that you can get really creative with coasters. They add a lot of creativity to your table, especially depending what materials you use. In this instance, I'm using the beautiful the black glitter onto the gold coaster. But in previous DIYs, I've used all sorts of materials. I've used raffia, I've used burlap, ribbon. So you can be really flexible with this type of coaster by just using double-sided tape or a little dot of hot glue that you can then remove and reuse with whatever material you like. Next, I want to share with you a little hack that I use to create stunning table runners. I use plastic table covers. Now for this design, I picked up from the $2 store this gorgeous black and white brocade design. Now if this was material, it would be upwards of $50, but for $2 you can cut it down to size, you can fold it down. When you lay it on a white tablecloth, it looks stunning. Nobody would know by the time you put your table decor on. It's my secret to you. Enjoy. hope you've enjoyed this red and black tablescape. I think it looks absolutely stunning. Another gorgeous pop of colour with that red, and beautiful brocade table runner with those beautiful centerpieces that just look magical at night as well as during the day. If you like what you see, please feel free to subscribe to my channel and punch that bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a video. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've really enjoyed sharing it with you. Thank you to all my returning subscribers, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. See you next time. Bye.